Welcome, everyone, to this special UU service for all ages. Today, I will be reading from Honoring Fallen Soldiers, by Erica Hewitt and Paul Sawyer. It should be noted that Debbie and Carrie requested this topic in reference to Debbie's father, Rich Smith, and the fathers of Richard Sims, named Michael Jefferson and Charles McKenzie, all of whom died violently even while fighting for justice. They may not have served in the military, but their lives, and their deaths, should still be remembered. Thank you. Think of where you feel safe and at peace. What's the signal that tells you it's okay to be at peace? For people in the United States military, there's a special signal that says you're okay, and you're at peace. It's a melody called taps, and it's only 24 notes long. It was composed by a general in the Civil War and his bugler. It's hard to remember how important bugle calls were in the military once upon a time. In the days before radio, bugle calls were the only way military units could communicate to groups over a large area. In the 1860s, the end of the day was important. If there was time and peace enough to play taps, that was a signal that the camp was relatively safe. It meant that you were not under attack. It meant that there were no enemy soldiers to worry about. To a camp of soldiers, the notes of taps meant that, unless you were on duty, you could close your eyes and sleep in peace. They say that the first time taps was played at a service for fallen soldiers also took place during the Civil War. In those days, the traditional military salute was, as it still is, the firing of a 3-round volley of rifles. But this one time, they say, was after a long battle, when finally a ceasefire had been called, and both sides had stopped to bury their dead. In one camp, as the work ended and the memorial service began to take shape, the soldiers knew that sounding the artillery salute might be taken as a return to fighting, and not as a sacred memorial. Someone had the idea of sounding a bugle, and that sound would never be taken as an aggressive act of war. Taps came to mean the same thing. It meant the safe and quiet end to the day, time to rest, time to turn the lights out, to let their eyes close, and as best they could, to be at peace. That's what taps means. It's like a powerful prayer. We try to make our congregations places where people can feel safe and at peace. We work outside of our walls to create a community like that, too, a world where everyone feels at peace in their neighborhoods and towns. At this time I will play taps from my cell phone. Everyone listen to it.
My grandmother. We must remember her too.
Thank you for that tribute to the fallen. While my father never served in the military, he was still proud to be American. As am I. You are most welcome, Debbie.